if somebody asked you if you wanted to be in the dunk contest, what would your response be? No?
Yeah, I ain't doing it.
Was there a particular reason why you wouldn't want to participate?
Yeah. I'm good.
I'm always surprised at how dismissive NBA players are of the dunk contest, because the dunk contest really represents millions of dollars in free advertising. Like, imagine being the center of the basketball world for a few minutes and you've got all of this media attention, and after the dunk contest, if you're able to have some good dunks, you're going to have even more attention, and your clips are going to be played over and over again, so you're going to get millions of views, you're going to enhance your profile. And we've seen the dunk contest make some players' career, or at least enhance their career significantly. And yet over the years, we've had so many players who just are disinterested when it comes to the dunk contest. So I can understand it in the sense, like, you don't want all of the attention, you don't want a better contract, you don't want more notoriety. If you want to just fade into the background and just play your role, and you don't want to deal with the dunk contest, I can understand that. But otherwise, it's not just about the dunk contest. Yes, there's the aspect of you're going to be in the contest, and we've seen bad judging. We've seen players that deserve to win, not win, thinking of Aaron Gordon right there. But this is your chance to get millions of dollars in free advertising. I don't even know how much it's worth. Let's just go ahead and say $5 million of advertising focused in on your name. And think of Mac McClung. Like, he's got so much attention over the years. There's a push for him, and it keeps him visible. It keeps him top of mind. And so obviously VJ Edgecombe is known. Obviously, people recognize that he's a good dunker. He's a good player too. But just to decline, I'm like the reporter. I would like to know what exactly is the reason you don't want all of this attention, the enhanced profile, the ability to increase your next contract. That's all up for grabs right now. And even if he has a subpar dunk contest, or it's just average, it's not going to hurt him any. I mean, we've seen players have horrible performances over the years, and it really hasn't stuck with him. I think back to Gerald Wallace, who just had very average dunks when he was in the dunk contest, and there was nothing special, but it doesn't stick. So I think the one player I would say I do think about is Nate Robinson with the attempts over and over again, but that was part of the flaw in the format at that time, as they allowed you so many attempts. But this is a real opportunity, and you just think about all of the attention that's focused. And we've even seen players in the moment. You can watch the excitement start to grow, especially as you see someone who's really impressive. So Stephon Castle recently, right? We watched more players grow interested, and then you hear some players, especially even stars, start to indicate that they might participate next year, but then that fades away, and then we get to the moment, and then the excitement grows, and then there's the desire to participate. So if you don't want to, if that's not attractive to you, then I can understand, but you're already in the NBA. So if it's a matter of the dunk contest not being up to par, if it's not carried out the right way, I would look past that. I would look at, okay, but what is this actually like beyond the dunk contest? Like, what do we have here? Well, we have a scenario where you can compete in an athletic competition. It's an exhibition, and there's real upside that I get millions upon millions of views. It enhances my profile. It elevates me to another status. People look at me in a better and different way. Think about how Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine were viewed after their dunk offs. Think about some of the players that have really changed how they're looked at. And when we go back to Harold Miner, right, early on in the dunk contest, this was a way to really get your name out and be seen and be visible and have more people talking about you and more interest. And it really does affect your contract. It can affect your contract down the line. So when players are disinterested, I am interested too. Like, why is it that you don't want to be in the dunk contest? Because this is a real opportunity, and it's one that you don't get very often. You don't have the center of the basketball. You're not the focus of the basketball universe for a few minutes that often. So obviously in games, there are different games being played, but like, this is where you have the most media exposure, the most attention, and it's there for you. All you have to do is sign up to participate. And especially when it comes to VJ, he's going to have good dunks, right? Like, he's going to perform. He's going to have a good performance. He might even be a slam dunk contest winner. I mean, think about Vince Carter too. Obviously, Vince Carter was always going to be a superstar player, but that dunk contest was legendary, and people still talk about it to this day. So if you were able to pull off even just one dunk that was extremely impressive, that's going to carry on and pay dividends and royalties in a sense throughout the years. So when you say no to the slam dunk contest, I and we've seen so many players. It's just, this is something where it's like the slam dunk contest isn't cool to be in, and I've always been curious why it's not something that's more desirable for any other for players. I think I would think this is the one contest you really want to be in, because it's the one contest that can change your career overnight.